Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Kusog7ande, the bad video game tournament. I am Bersentia, and I am just trying to breathe. Everybody breathe in, breathe out. Yeah, that's all I'm asking you to do. We're gonna go ahead and let Crappy take us on over. Oh my gosh. The last game, here's the deal. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad it's over. Let's go ahead and just have a little bit of, let's imagine how it feels to lose. Crappy, take us over to the game reveal. Yeah. I love this music. This music's from Hypnospace, by the way, if you didn't know, and I love it. Well, I think that there's no way to go down from Tristan's game, thank goodness. Although I know that our next GM tries sometimes. So let's see what they've got for us. Please welcome in Donkey Klonk. Oh my gosh. Okay, Donkey Klonk, please don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Give me something decent. Give me something that is a little bit better. Please, Donkey Klonk, I need sympathy. I need something better than Bokosuka Wars. Bokosaki. What the crap is? I don't even remember anymore. Give me something better than that.
Hold on, I'm getting double audio again.
Uh-oh. Are you able to hear me? Oh, yeah. Just mute Discord. Or not, no, don't mute Discord. Right-click on the live video and turn the audio all the way down.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, hopefully that works for you. Hello, are you there?
No, I'm here, fine.
Okay. Is the next game better? Please?
It will not have any annoying music because it doesn't have much music in the game. But
no music, thank goodness.
Anyway, I had to jump in as a GM on fairly short notice because this slot went down filled. So I went with a Kusog Classic.
Ooh.
I'm rerunning Rick Dangerous 2 all the way from Kusog7ande 3.
Oh, that's from so long ago. Is this the Amiga version?
Yes, it is, because I know how to set up WinUI. I don't know how to fix problems with the DOSBox.
Oh, I'm excited. I am excited. And yeah, Corndan, we love Corndan. We're glad that Corndan has done a lot to help out, and Corndan is on vacation right now. A very much needed vacation, not just from Kusog7ande, but from work. So many thanks to all of the work that he has done in order to make things work for us. Most of the things do work just fine, but it's fine if you don't want to fight with DOS box. The box of the DOS.
WinUI is not easy to set up either, but it's jank that I know how to deal with.
Yeah, the noble jank is usually preferred to any other type of jank out there. Gotta be honest about that. Well, Rick Dangerous 2, we have had this before, but it was a long time ago, and honestly, I remember very little about this game.
So this is basically a decent platformer, except someone made a really bad ROM hack of it.
Oh. Well, that's not good. Bad ROM hack? How could you make a bad ROM hack? By the way, I don't see two of the players streaming quite yet. Let me see if I can get them going. Yeah, so a platformer. Somebody took a good platformer and made a bad game out of it. I
know MK Cyborg has mentioned that he has internet difficulties.
Okay. That's fine. The internet is sometimes a butt. And that happens to the best of us. Why? Why is my spreadsheet sometimes doing this? Occasionally my spreadsheet just absolutely grabs the wrong person. And then I try to save it so that it grabs the right person, and then it grabs the wrong person again. I think we should be set now. Let me get the correct stream up here. But yeah, McCyborg definitely isn't having the stream work at the moment. But all of the others appear to be live, and I'm working on getting them ready. Everybody, I hope you're doing well. We have 4 more matches tomorrow, so make sure you come and tune into that. I'm sorry if you sort of got surprised there, Donkey Clonk. It's a little less... what am I thinking?
No. It just means that I prepared poorly. I signed up for this on Thursday.
Oh, it's all good. I hope that you're doing well, though. Is your day going okay?
Rather not discuss that, thank you.
Okay, that's okay. How about them Yankees? Yeah, they're pretty good, I think. I'm talking about the baseball. Never mind. That's American baseball. How about them? What's a sports team that you like? Yeah, same. Sports. What are they good for? I don't know. I never really followed many sports. I know a decent amount because because we watched the Olympics, and although we never really watched any of the big games, I followed when I was in college. I followed our university's football and basketball teams. So I know all the rules. It's like a requirement for living in Utah to know at the very least football and basketball, but usually like the NBA, professional basketball, and college football here. We never really cared too much about professional football because Utah doesn't have a team. Yeah, we do have a professional soccer team, though, which is a little bit strange. Utah has one of the best in the nation, as far as I know. I like to blame, not necessarily blame. Utah had a lot of encouraging encouraging sports for kids when they were young. So yeah, I played like some soccer when I was a kid. I was afraid of the ball, Donkey Clonk. It terrified me.
Yeah, soccer balls are...
They hurt.
They hurt.
Well, at least when I was a kid. I don't really mind pain now, like, as much. It's fine. Whatever. Sometimes things hurt. It's just a different, like, just neurons firing. It's like, oh, ow, something hit you. There you go. Well, everybody, I think I'm ready. Okay. I see all 3 out of 4 players are ready. Just checking with Polterghost right now to see if Polterghost is ready. And if so, then we will get started in just a few. I'm probably going to have to do some recapturing because welcome to the Amiga. When somebody sits on a screen with black borders, there's literally no way for me to capture it until they get into a screen that doesn't have black borders.
Yeah, fortunately, there's a gameplay demo, and if the gameplay demo works, then it's correctly captured, except one player is not on the demo.
Yeah. The demo ended up being kind of fine to capture. It's fine, whatever. I'll live as long as rearview mirror doesn't up the contrast to like 500%, like the last time that that he played in a game. Oh, we thought that maybe like he messed it up, but no, he definitely did that on purpose. Mr. Polterghost, I need to know, are you ready? My gosh, Donkey Clonk. This is going to be so much better than the last game. I know it. I can feel it in my heart.
Chat is arguing that this is a good game. I don't quite agree, but...
I would say that we'll discuss that in a little bit. Okay, as soon as Polterghost is here, And as soon as Polterghost says that they are ready, we'll do the countdown, okay? And then we'll get the predictions up in chat, because these 4 players are racing for an hour to see how much progress they can make. And whoever makes the most progress during that time takes the victory. So there we go. I think we're ready for the countdown. What would be good emotes for chat to spam?
Anything sci-fi, blasters, spaceships, explosions.
Yeah,
aliens,
robots. Robots are kind of futuristic. As soon as I see movement, I will start the timer. So best of luck to the players. Let's see what they are able to do. Uh-oh, London. Back in a flash, and as dangerous as ever. Woo!
So on the first screen, you see about what the game is about, because it is full of death lasers. This game is incredibly difficult. It's incredibly trolly. It's full of one-hit kill death traps.
Yep, I think that the first game was known for being like that as well. This is definitely an extension of the Rick Dangerous universe, and yeah, lasers. So yeah, it's not too unusual for Amiga and Commodore 64 games to just either have sound effects or music. Although Amiga was starting to get a little bit more sophisticated, there were still plenty of games that only had one or the other.
Yeah, and unfortunately this is one of them.
So right now, Rearview Mirror is trying to figure out what do I do. And there was a switch at the left that Rearview Mirror hit in order to turn off the laser. So, question, how are we tracking progress in Rick Dangerous 2?
This game is very linear. There is pretty much no branching paths in the level.
Oh, I like the death sound. That's good. So yeah, I would say that, like, while this game is you know, it's aged. This definitely is a little bit more brutal than you would ask for with a platformer these days, considering that we have a full game over on Rearview Mirror's screen right now, and he is going to have to start from the beginning, which honestly wasn't very far ago. This game's difficulty is very high. Very, very high.
Yeah, and some of the traps, you just don't know where they are until you see them. This game is very trial and error heavy and very trolly. I'm going to say that multiple times, but holy smoke, this game is trolly.
By the way, chat, thank you for reminding. Go ahead.
Here on Polterghost had a switch which was lit up by a big flashing arrow, and when Polterghost pokes that switch, a laser killed them.
There you go, everybody. We have a prediction going on in chat. If you would like to vote for who is going to take the victory today, you got 5 minutes to get those points in, get those bets. Honestly, we've got...
And that's we need to also showing what this game does with its big flashing arrows.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, everybody in this round took first on their first game, right?
Correct. This is a 10-point match.
Yeah, I'd say that, like, this game is extremely difficult, but at the same time, it's something that should be doable for the players. They should be able to figure it out, how to get through the various mechanics here. It's a bit of a puzzle platformer. While there are a lot of, well, pretty much everything is instant death for Rick Dangerous, you know? He's dangerous. He's not Rick pain management, you know?
Yeah, everything is one hit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So right now, Rearview Mirror is just trying to make a little bit of progress. Trying to figure out like how to get past some of these robots. You do have limited projectiles, so you need to figure out where do I need to use those, and where can I manage to not use them? Because you know, if you run out of them quickly, you're gonna die.
Yeah, that's resource management can be a bit of a puzzle. You do gain ammo when you die, but you also need to preserve lives. That's another resource.
Oh, yeah. By the way, there is a user in chat, Paul S., who shares a lot of information, a lot of links to various reviews and such. And while we don't always read everything out here out loud, that is still very valuable for those who are watching on Twitch and those who go and watch any of the VODs that we have on Twitch. Some of those links have some really good information. So thank you, Paul, for sharing what you are able to find about the various games. And yeah, like when this game came out, it got pretty good reviews.
Yeah, I mean, this is just pretty much British home computer game design taken up to 11.
Yeah, and honestly, it looks really good for the time. This came out in 1990. The sprites are pretty charming, considering it was on Amiga, although Commodore 64, I wonder how it looked back then. It actually looked pretty decent as well. Like, I'd almost say that I prefer the Commodore 64 graphic. No. I like these a little bit more, but Commodore 64, I would say, is still very solid looking.
Yeah, I gave the Amiga version because it was pre-approved, because Cornyn gave out the DOS version, which is pretty much identical.
Yeah, for sure. I do see that one of the main people who worked on this worked on a version of a video game for Monty Python's Flying Circus. Interesting. One of the conversions for the Smurfs, one of the Earthworm Jim games, a Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Good stuff here. And also got a thanks in Spot Goes to Hollywood. Oh, that's not a good game. Oh, we had that on Kusog7ande a little while ago. That's not good. But didn't actually work on that. That is one of the musicians, the person who did the music for the intro sequence. Or not as much music as some of the other people in the game did. But, you know, honestly, all of the sound effects in the game are decent. They're fine for what they are. Nothing is offensive to me. The visuals are good. I would say that from a corporate standpoint, this all looks great.
Also, you're kind of traumatized from the audio from the last game. Anything would sound good after Bokusuka Wars.
Oh no. One of the designers for this actually designed other classic games like Wolfchild, Shadow Man, a lot of Harry Potter games, Dangerous Golf, Danger Zone. Oh no, Shadow Man has like the best box art in existence. It's not a great game, but yeah, Wolfchild. That's one game that actually ended up in the Tubin bin for a little while. Although we have ways to get it out of there. But yeah. Did the art for Bubba in Sticks. That is a classic Kusog7ande game that is also like technically kind of good, but also has its own problems. I don't know. That's sort of the thing with Kusog7ande. Sometimes you can get games that have some great things, but also some not good at all things. And this game, Honestly, when it comes to like Commodore 64 and Amiga, usually I don't mind if games are overly difficult. I gotta be honest, Donkey Clonk. And that's usually because, like, if I jump into a game that's for one of these, it's usually going to be a little bit shorter than what you would expect on the Nintendo. And having a very high level of difficulty means that you're going to get a little bit more of a chance to replay it and feel like you make a little bit of progress. Also, a lot of the older games there, I think people didn't expect to be playing them quite as long and would probably be switching to other games from time to time. Did you have that experience? Did you grow up with Commodore 64 and Amiga?
Yes, I did.
Did you
Do
sort
you
of
have
get, like, the flipping between games style of gameplay? Like,
You can't do that on Commodore 64 because games take 15 minutes to load.
okay, I mean, yeah, that's true. I guess I was blessed with the Atari 800 and having the floppy drive for that. I mean, you could have got... Well, okay, not everybody can get a floppy drive. But, you know, like, you're sitting there, you load Snoopy up on Commodore 64. It's not quite 15 minutes to load. It's a decent amount of time, but, you know, it'll get there. You go do something else, do a little bit of a chore, and then the game's loaded up, and then you can go back and start playing it. Rags to Riches, that was a 4-minute load time, not 15 minutes. I know because the cover or the intro screen for Rags to Riches says it takes 4 minutes to load.
Yeah, but that's on a floppy. Tapes, 15 minutes is not an exaggeration.
Yeah, you're talking about the cassette tapes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it also depends on how complicated the game was. But for sure, like, it definitely took a while for some games to load. At the same time, like, a lot of the games weren't super complicated, so you know, like, they were often very difficult, but I think that I would, like, get distracted and want to switch to something else relatively quickly. Even if it did take a decent load time, I still feel like I would be the type of person who would not want to play Snoopy for, like, an hour. Give me, like, 10 minutes of that, and then I'll go ahead and load for another 15 minutes, you know? So, right now, Polterghost is in a little... Ooh, Polterghost had the right idea, but unfortunately, this game is full of trolls. This is almost a Kaizo before Kaizo type of game.
Yeah, Chat is also mentioning I want to be the guy, and this has really the same style of the gotcha traps. Such as this block where that Poltergeist is trying to bomb, and if you bomb it, it falls to the left and kills you.
You know, because that totally makes sense. That's how physics work. Oh, lasered!
I do believe Poltergeist is in the lead for getting killed by that laser.
I believe so, yes. Everybody's going to go back to the beginning of the game quite a few times in this. So, you know, nobody's out of it until right towards the end. It's a brutal game.
Yeah, we're going to hear what little music the game has fairly often. Because you hear it on a game over.
To be fair, the little bit of music is actually pretty good. I like it. Yeah, so the big question is, do you think people are going to beat the first level here?
Level 1, that is very possible. When Pfizer gave out in Curse of 3, there were multiple players that beat level 1, and we saw level 2. And these are some great players.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, they all took first in their first match, which means that, we have some of the best players from the first round of Kusog7ande here today. It's really exciting. Like, Polterghost won the last Kusog7ande.
Yeah, I was about to point that out, yeah.
Haha! I beat you! At the same time, like, I still use, like, looking at this group, I would usually side with Polterghost being the likely one to make a decent amount of progress. I feel like Polterghost has reliably done well in past Kusog7andes. I don't believe Rearview Mirror has played in any except for this one. It is his first year, if I'm not mistaken. And he did fantastic in the first match, but that was also completely in Rearview Mirror's wheelhouse, 3D sort of PlayStation era game. And Rearview Mirror really does excellent with those types of games.
Yeah, this is an old school platform in which might be some contestants' forte.
Oh yeah, this is something that, like, if I got, I would feel more comfortable with, But I've played a lot of games from that sort of era. Most of it on Atari rather than Amiga or Commodore 64. I played some DOS games from the era, but... Oh, yeah. Neptune Daydream is pointing out Rearview Mirror was in Kuso 6. Okay. My apologies, everybody. Welcome to my brain. Got the brain drain from not Land Before Time. The other dinosaur movie. The bad one.
This game was published by Core Design, who later went on to make the Tomb Raider games.
Oh, I love Tomb Raider. Yeah. At the same time, I still feel like this is, like, a fairly decent game for the time that it came out. You actually have an ability to control your character while in the air. It's extremely difficult, but at the same time, it sort of has its own charm. Like, I can't fault the... I feel like they got what they were going for when making this game,
Yeah, and they wanted to troll the heck out of the player.
Oh, yeah. This is not an easy game. You go into Rick Dangerous games, if you've never played them before, you are going to die over and over and over again. So the important thing is, you're going to get trolled. You have to be sort of okay with it. You have to know, I'm going to die on occasion, and that's fine.
Polterghost already beat level 1.
Very nice. That looked... Are they able to, like, fast forward through the cutscenes?
Yes, you just hold the fire button down.
Ah, aha. That's very nice. For other history, Rearview Mirror, again, had a PlayStation era game. Let me see what that was. Bug Riders, The Race of Kings. Oh, yeah. Rearview Mirror not only plays a lot of games from that era, but also plays a lot of, like, racing games from that era. I remember you playing some Sonic Free Riders for us. Oh, that was pretty dang fun. So, that's not too surprising. Megals, the first game that she got in Kusog7ande was Tasmania on Super Nintendo, which is a very different experience from this game. This is much more of a standard game that you may expect to see in Kusog7ande. McCyborg has been around the community for a long time. First game that he got was Top Gun Combat Zones on the GBA, and I just love it. Like, none of the players here really had platformers for their first game, so those three are definitely being tested. Polterghost, on the other hand, did get Dudes with Attitudes, which was a puzzle NES kind of bootleg game that also, they had very, very different games, all of them, before this one. So I just love that we have had so many different types of games.
So chat is asking if there are limited continues, and there is a level select, and I'm allowing players to use it.
Okay, so if they do make it to level 2, they do not have to go back to level 1. That is kind of you. At the same time, I do like being, like, as a player, being able to set a mark. Like, I don't have to go back before this area. As long as I, like, finish this level, even if it's on my last life, I have set a specific amount of progress, and I'm good. Huh.
It also makes the game easier to track.
It looks like Meggles is on to the next stage as well. Solid second place here. Very nice. Holy crap. Like, this is actually very impressive. Rick Dangerous is hard. Rearview mirror just had a little barrel guy walk into him. I love it. McCyborg still working on getting through this level as well. Oh! Unfortunately, took some damage there. So, question from chat. Are you able to shoot while you jump?
No.
Okay, so you have to have your feet planted. It's like basketball. Okay,
because the control for firing is hold fire and up, and jump. You can probably guess what jump is.
Oh no. Oh no. Up to jump. Well, yeah, it's that era. Up to jump. Honestly, your Amiga controllers usually only had one button, right?
Yeah, and I think it was the same on DOS, because the same key climbs ladders as jumps.
Oh, that icicle just took Polterghost down. I wasn't really able to see the icicle that did them in, but it was pretty good. I love it. Okay, Polterghost shut down one of the little snow machines, but the other kept running. Yeah, that's the thing. There are a lot of buttons in here, and you got to figure out what you have to do in order to get certain traps to stop. It's very easy to forget certain traps here, or to get just a little bit too close and accidentally die. Other things, you know, Polterghost going into this area up here, there was a moving block that first appeared, and it wasn't very clear what they were supposed to do. As it turns out, the bombs, that was the correct idea, putting bombs down and blowing up the spikes.
And that trap is nastier than it looks, because you can hurt yourself with your bombs, and the explosion radius is huge.
Meggles went back to the first level. Why?
I don't know, because I explicitly told the players they can use this level select.
Okay, I am going to inform her that she is able to do that. Yeah, if you told them that they can do that, then that is fine. I'll let them know. Yep, that is in the specific manual that you gave out right at the very top there. But yeah, I sent her a message. Hopefully she is able to see, but if you don't catch a certain piece of information that's pinned and at the very top of a document given out, that's not my fault. You know? So we will not give any additional time in that case. I think Megal's just getting the game over in order to get back and use this level select here. There. She is saying, didn't help me any? What does that mean? Did she just go to level 3? That's not the correct one.
Tell Megals that she can press the Q, try to press the Q button to reset to the title screen. The Q key on the keyboard. Otherwise, the game just lets you die quickly.
Yeah, I think I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but something I believe caused her to like. It's not the worst case scenario that you you know are gonna have to go and get some deaths, you know. And at the same time, she gets a little bit of a preview. If she makes it back here, you know, she'll have a little bit of knowledge of what is going to happen at the very beginning here. I'm not sure why she's playing this level, though.
Yeah, none of this was going to count because it's just a wrong level. I mean, this time could be spent much, much better learning the traps in level 2.
Yeah, well, Iscorian, I think that you may be correct that she interpreted that I said you can choose whatever level you would like to do. But again, at the top of the manual, it was pretty clear, go in level order. Play the levels in order 1 through 4, and you can start over on from the level you game overed on, and she is not doing that. So hopefully she's able to check out the note. At the same time, I would say that this doesn't count as progress, but it's not the worst thing to have happen. A little bit of knowledge. She's going to level 3 again. No, stop it. Megals, please. Well, Polterghost is currently on level 2, going up in the ice here, trying to get up to this next area here.
This is another trap where the explosion radius of your bomb that the Polterghost just defeated, where you can blow yourself up extremely easy.
So apparently Q isn't working to start over.
Then just run into boulders.
Yeah, it's going to be very fast to get a game over. Yeah. Don't worry. We have been trying to send messages. It's just occasionally we don't get a response. So there we go. Megal's gonna get a game over and starting back, going to level 2, the ice caverns here. There we go. McCyborg and Rearview Mirror going through level 1 and trying to make their way through it. Like, honestly, it should... Level 1 is... Well, every level in this game is brutal. I have a question, though. Are there only the 4 levels in this game?
Yes, but that is... No, because if you beat the 4 levels using the level select, then the game informs you that you can't go to the final boss battle, because you need to defeat all 4 levels on 1 credit for that.
Oh,
There is a
okay.
fifth level.
I kind
but
of can
and it
appreciate
requires a
that.
120 clear.
I think I can appreciate that because, it lets you get practice on the individual levels so that, you can have one solid attempt later on. It's a little bit cruel that it doesn't tell you straight up that that's the case, though. I gotta be honest. Okay, it looks like everybody is on the level that they should be on at this point, and they are trying to make some progress. I do understand that when, people are under the pressure of having a race going on, that sometimes there are some miscommunications that happened or misinterpretations. But it's good that we have everybody making some progress and trying to get a good push. And Meggles is still in a solid second place here. McCyborg and Rivermere are really struggling with level 1.
Yeah, I'll have to keep a better eye on who has gotten the furthest in level 1.
Yeah, it's... Okay, Rearview Mirror, just still early on in level 1. Once you start seeing level 1 with sort of a lighter background, a background that appears more like it's protruding, that's when you can tell that the level is... Oh no, McCyborg accidentally triggered the elevator, and that's not good. Once the background changes a little bit in the slab area, that's close to the end of level 1. So right now, Rearview Mirror and McCyborg aren't very close to the end of the first level. They still have a lot of work to get through here. Yeah, it's very clear, like, we've got two sets here. Polterghost and Meggles having the most success with this very difficult platformer, and then McCyborg and Rearview Mirror sort of doing more how I would expect for most people to play this game to begin with. This is a sequel, by the way. There was a Rick Dangerous 1, but I know very little bit about it. Have you played that one, Donkey Clonk? Very little bit.
I think it's extremely similar, and I think in Kusog7ande, the prequel was run on... let me check. Yeah, it was run on ZX Spectrum.
Oh, the ZX Spectrum. Had some strangely good games on at times. What was that?
Teen Hex was the one who gave it out on ZX Spectrum in Kusog7ande.
Ah, yeah, Tina.
And on the Spectrum version, it's a bit more difficult to make out the backgrounds from the foreground.
Oh, yeah, I believe that. ZX Spectrum had a very limited color palette, and very limited with what type of movement it could do. So oftentimes games that were designed and put on fancier consoles, or fancier home computers, usually had a worse version on the ZX Spectrum. Although that's not always the case. There are times that ended up being the best version out of games. It's strange how that works sometimes, Donkey Clonk. I can't think of anything specifically for the ZX Spectrum, but I know like Commodore 64 Athena port happens to be the best one somehow. Like, I think it's even more playable than the arcade version, personally.
Yeah, the C64 Athena had one of the most legendary Commodore 64 musicians, Martin Galway, work on it, but he was limited to porting the arcade music.
Yeah, which... I mean, you can still... The arcade music isn't terrible. The NES version didn't do a good job with the port there. Commodore 64 version, I'd say, did do a better. Oh my gosh, it's been a long day, Donkey Clonk. Look, I had to sit through the game before this. Bokosuba Wars. Bokosoba? I don't even remember anymore. It was wars. There were wars.
Yeah, Soba Noodle Wars.
Soba Noodle Wars, and let's just say that I was able to eat a few noodles during Soba Noodle Wars, so it was great. Baking Soda Wars. Yeah. And let me just say, it is so nice to have a game that I don't hate on the screen right now. Like, it's... This is an aggressively cruel game, but at the same time, it's... Like, you can learn it. It's not random. You know, the last game was all random, and you had to learn how to deal with randomness. This game, no. It's pretty set, you know, everything moves in cycles. Some of the enemies might seem a little bit random the way that they move, but usually it's in reaction to you as a player. And that makes it a lot more tolerable, I'd say.
Yeah, this game is cruel, but it's not RNG cruel.
Yeah. Lots of laser sounds, lots of metal sounds, lots of... Like, why does one of the robots look like a stack of pancakes? Looks tasty. Want to eat him. Can I eat the robot? Fine, I won't eat the robot. Well, one of the people who worked on this, you know, worked on other fantastic games. Rick Dangerous 2, obviously being one of the earlier in his career. But we also have XCOM UFO Defense, XCOM Terror from the Deep. He was one of the programmers for Rasputin in 1986. And an executive producer for Carmageddon 2 Carpocalypse Now, which I actually think is the best of the Carmageddon series. It is a little... Oh, he was also the CEO for Nicktoons Racing. We all know how that went. Well, okay, he worked on some good games, and he worked on some bad. Everybody had good and bad games in their history if they worked on more than, like, 5 games. You know, that's just how it goes. Or at least everybody had more than just good games on their history.
Oh, really me is heartbreakingly close to the end of the level.
Yeah, this is very close. We've got the lighter colored background here. This is how you can tell that a significant amount of progress has been made. Yeah, definitely getting very close to the end here. McCyborg is still struggling with this game. McCyborg, I feel like for him, games either really click or they don't. And it's a little bit hard to predict what's going to click with McCyborg or not. And I think that, you know, McCyborg is getting pretty close to the end, though. Like, look here. We've got the barrel fiend here that McCyborg just needs to get past.
Get to hear the...
And on to the final section of the stage. Yeah, rearview mirror and McCyborg right near each other. As they just need to take it a little bit slow. Don't die.
For me, though.
What's that?
Last life for really me.
Yeah. If you die on this life, do you get one more attempt, or is this one of those that one life means no extra lives? There we go. Rearview mirror is through. It counts.
And more music.
Oh, I like this music. Da, 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 da.
Rick heading for the mysterious planet Bath. And the fat guy's headquarters. By the way, I posted the link to the lore in Game Master chat.
Oh yeah, let me go ahead and pull that up. I just saw that link. Yes. Back in a flash and as fearless as ever, Rick Dangerous intrepid superhero and part-time stamp collector is back after having tackled the Fat Man in his first great adventure. The Fat Man has returned, and Rick must once again do battle to save the Earth from villainous aliens. If he survives The first part of the mission in the spaceship at Hyde Park, London, Rick will face new hazards in the ice caverns of Frisia, the forests of Vegetablia, the atomic mud mines, and finally, confront the Fat Man at his headquarters on the planet Barf. The planet Barf. How would you like to live on the planet Barf? I don't wanna. Rearview Mirror's music is a little bit desynced. That's fine. Welcome to video games sometimes. And by a little bit desynced, I mean like extremely desynced, unless it just plays music. No? Wow. Amazing. Let me refresh his stream and see. I know that this sometimes happens with Rearview Mirror. I'll refresh everybody's stream. Let's do this. Yeah, get everybody caught up. Because we're about 40 minutes into the match. We're getting somewhat close to the end. I don't know if anybody is going to beat the second level, though. Game over. Yeah, one thing, the resource management is extremely important. Making sure that you are able to hold on to resources that you need later on in the stage, including the lasers, the bombs, and honestly, like, learning where you need to use each is extremely important, because, like, where Megals is, you have to kill this enemy. You have to. Is it best to use a laser or a bomb? That really depends on which of those you need later on in the stage.
Yeah, that is definitely a puzzle element, and I see that Polterghost is committing suicide if he dies early in the level 2.
Yeah,
to preserve lives.
Yeah, just running out of lives is not the worst idea here.
Yeah, because you can reset quickly and get back to the title screen.
Oh yeah, it's super fast. Rearview Mirror is doing the same thing here. Game over. Lex Luthor wins. Crap. Yeah.
Wow, you lose.
Oh no. Oh no, I don't want to lose. It's fine. It's fine. It happens to the best of us. Music is so intense, it doesn't need to go this hard. I'm stressed out.
I think the creators also thought so and then gave next to no music in the levels.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. Like, it's happening again that the music is still going for us for Rearview Mirror. Does it just continue in the second screen, or the...
Yeah, it plays for a set amount of time, whether or not you sped up the intro.
Okay. That makes sense. So we weren't experiencing glitches. That is exactly how it was designed.
Ooh, Megal's almost losing to the level select boss again.
Oh, Megals. It happens to the best of us. So yeah, Megals really hates this game. Yeah, and Polterghost is noting, please stop Let's Playing, I want to be the guy. Yeah, like chat was saying, you know, this is one of the games that just has a lot of death traps. I Want to Be the Guy, like, felt very revolutionary, but I think that's mostly because it, one, it was free. Two, it was, because of how free it was many people's, like, first experience with extremely difficult games that just had absolute death traps that were BS. You know, and because of that, I think it was, like, one of the big early meme games that came out. This game, you know, people would have either had to purchase or, like, copy for their friends. You know, it wasn't something that you would be getting for free. This was...
I think the original Kaizo Mario might have been before Wanna Be the Guy.
I think it was, but I still don't think it was quite as widespread as I Want to Be the Guy, you know? I Want to Be the Guy really kicked off a trend. Yeah, Escorian is noting in chat that Megals apparently is misusing either the laser or the bombs occasionally, and that can hurt in the long run.
Yeah, because you know what else I put in the directions about level select? The controls! I gave the players the controls!
Well, I mean, like... Yeah, you gave the controls, shoot ray gun, arm and slide, if you're holding down right, and you put... It still is really gross that, like, the fire button is for both of the types of, weapons that you have. Yeah, that's right. In order to put a bomb down, you hold down and you push the fire button. In order to shoot a laser, you hold the button and then push up. If you just push the button without pushing direction, though, that doesn't do anything, right?
I think every fire plus direction has a purpose. For example, firing in left or right will poke, and that's how you poke buttons.
Yeah. Yeah, but what if you're, like, using diagonal to slide bombs? That's mean when you're using joysticks. I do not like that.
It kind of is.
Oh, it's very mean. Because if you hold fire and press down left, then you slide the bomb across the floor. If you press left, you poke. And if you push down, you don't slide the bomb, you place the bomb straight down. And you know what? I think that players are probably doing that all the time on accident because of how imprecise controls can be. You know, it really depends on how how much of a window it gives you to correctly get the diagonal. It's just, I know that I would accidentally, like, place bombs and not slide them probably all the time. It's bad. But yeah, the ray gun at least is pressing up in order to use it, but, you know, if you press up without using the button, you jump, and then you can't shoot until you land, so you might be a little bit too late to actually shoot the enemy. It's just mean, Donkey Klonk. It's just mean.
Yeah, that's kind of why I picked a platform which has controls.
I might have actually, like... I probably wouldn't have thought about this in time, but what you could possibly do if you are mapping controls for your controller, if you're playing with a controller, is to also map up to jump, or to like your normal jump button. That way you can press A or X on your controller, whatever it is, and jump, and sort of use that instead of using up to jump. I think that might make a little bit more mental sense.
The problem with that is that to climb ladders and jump are the same button.
Just hold jump in order to climb the ladder. That's all you gotta do.
Oh no, what happened to Max Cyborg?
Cyborg quit out, I suppose. I'm not completely sure. I'm not sure if the game crashed or something, but it's okay. McCyborg will be back in just a little bit. June.
Also, Cyborg is finally onto level 2.
So one thing to point out as well, Malachus is saying jump to ladder is perhaps more gross than up to jump. Why not have both up and your normal jump button be mapped to the same thing. That way, if you're jumping, you can press jump. If you want to climb a ladder, you can press up. It's fine. It'll work. See, I've got the solutions here, everybody. I've got the ways to do the things. Polterghost, by the way, as Chad is pointing out, Polterghost is right at the end of stage 2. The big question is, can you get down to murder this dude and not... oh, just going to the right works. What is this? A sled? I don't like this.
This is another problem with up to... with a separate button for up, because now you'd be playing this as Flappy Bird.
Then put up as well. You can have 2 buttons mapped to the same thing, so that you press up to go up and you press jump to jump and go up. Up, you know, like Super Smash Brothers, okay? Original Super Smash Brothers, I had jump mapped to 2 different buttons. The R button as well as up on the joystick, because I hate up to jump, but it made sense to me to have both of those. For later Smash Bros, I actually would map jump to both up as well as the A button, because I am a noob when it comes to any sort of fighting game. Yeah, that's right. Chat, there is somebody in chat saying that they played this back in the day.
Yeah, this was fairly popular on home computers.
Yeah, I would say that if you had an Amiga, it wouldn't be too surprising for this to wind up in your collection. Like, this wasn't bad back in the day. This wasn't... I would say that, yes, it's probably aged well. It's definitely very brutal. But at the same time, like, for the Amiga... This has some very redeemable qualities. Oh no, Friendly Frenchie is saying that apparently they still feel the pain that comes from when they played this game back when they were younger. I love it. Sometimes the pain never fades. Gator is saying it looks difficult, not bad. You could argue that, like, it's not good game design if you're trying to get, like, if your platformer requires memorization, if there are death traps that you are always going to die to and you have limited lives, and there's really, like, if everybody is going to die to a trap the first time, then that's usually not good video game design. I would say that, like...
No, and Polterghost just lost his last life to random spikes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad game design. It's just unfair.
Yeah, it's unfair. I wouldn't necessarily say that, like, there's not a place for this type of design. It's just something that usually when you're trying to make a game, you do not want to follow this type of rule. In essence, what you want when you are designing a game for people to play instead of people to just suffer through, if you want people to enjoy the game, then you need to allow it so that a person who has perfect reflexes, a hypothetical person with perfect reflexes, can survive anything that you throw at them. This is the hypothetical perfect gamer that we're discussing. And if they can, then you have generally designed a platformer in a way that is going to be an enjoyable experience. If a perfect person with perfect reflexes has no way to dodge a trap that happens, then that is traditionally bad game design. It still may have a place in certain games, but it tends to be less enjoyable and more frustrating for people.
Yeah, this game sure is frustrating.
Yeah, that's like this game. I would say that the average Joe who plays this is going to get angry at this game. And, you know, there are going to be plenty of times that they just feel like the game is brutally unfair. Because it is. By the way, McCyborg is making a really good push through this level as well. I think that I have a little bit of a hard... Like, I know Polterghost is in the lead here, but I have a little bit of a hard time telling who's in second, third, and fourth due to how all the players are doing here.
Yeah, this will need to go to VODs to decide who's in second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, that's fine, though. That's how things go. Oh, Escorian is like one of the bigger sins is giving an easier difficulty and then not giving them an ending because it's an easier difficulty. Yeah, that's
this
not...
game kind of does that because of the 1cc requirement to get the 5th level.
Yeah, it does. I feel like you should be upfront with the players about that instead of just like ripping them off, being like, you didn't do it according to our incredibly specific requirements that we didn't tell you about. Then again, I think Double Dragon is one of those games that does that. Double Dragon 2 on NES. At least I wasn't aware, borrowing from the video game store. Borrowing from the video game store, right. Rental place, whatever. I wasn't aware that, like, you had to play on a harder difficulty in order to get all of the levels. I never got that far, but still.
Really me losing to the level select boss.
This is what? Just placing bombs. See, this is the fastest way to get back to level select. I see somebody in chat saying that a lot of British platformers wanted you to suffer. And in some ways I sort of agree, but at the same time, like, a lot of them were a lot fairer. Especially when I think of like ZX platformers or Commodore 64 era platformers. I'm talking like... I don't remember what... Monty Mole.
But even if a game like Jet Set Willy is fair, it's still Jet Set Willy.
Like, it's very difficult, but at the same time, there's no randomness, and there's nothing that suddenly pops out unexpectedly to kill you. Like, usually you see the death coming before it gets to you. So, Chad is asking who is in second currently, and honestly, I would have a hard time saying at this point. We're going to have to go back to VODs and see how far people got. McCyborg is making a decent amount of progress right now, though, and is definitely having a decent amount of quick progress in the ice level. I do not know if this is second, but it is a significant amount of progress. Big question is, has Megal seen
where
this?
You have to go down is further along in the level.
Ooh, yeah, McCyborg's first experience with the second snowblower there. I hate when I dive from snowblower.
Really, me also going... No, he's going up.
Yep, Reaving Me is still on the Ascension section here. I do like that Megals is keeping in mind, how do I set a checkpoint? I think everybody has figured out that if you go into another room and come back out of it, it sets a checkpoint there so that you can start a little bit higher up.
Also, those rooms tend to have ammo refills and bomb refills, which are required.
Yeah. Ooh, rearview mirror, unfortunately, did not use the slide bomb and use the set the bomb straight down. Like I said, it's a problem with the controls.
Yeah. Like you said, it's it can be easy to accidentally just set a bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, Meggle's trying to slide the bomb and fails there.
Oh no, that was just lag.
Using a lot of accidental lasers and such. Yeah, at this point, I think McCyborg might be in second, though I'd have a hard time saying for sure. For sure, Polterghost is going to be taking the victory here. I do not think anybody has a chance of getting to the hover sled section at this point. What the crap? Spikes just came out of the wall randomly and killed McCyborg? That is BS.
Welcome to this game.
Yep. See, that's like, there are some games that are well designed, I would say, that do have elements like that, but that allow you to restart really quickly. If you are going to have brutal, murderous difficulty, like I Want to Be the Guy, you have to allow players to get back into the game quickly. Otherwise, they're going to be very angry. 1001 Spikes. There's another game that has that brutal difficulty, but allows you to start from where you were not too far back.
Yeah. And in this era, they would have thought that 5 lives is more than enough. We're being generous with 5 lives.
Yeah, look how many lives they gave you. It's like 6. Got 6. That's more than enough. These game devs are too kind to give 6 entire lives for all of their absolute BS. Well, everybody, take a breath. Because we are through. Oh my gosh, what a game. I actually think that, like, this game was probably pretty brilliant at the time, but it's very flawed. It has issues. And so I'm going to go ahead and welcome Polterghost in, if Polterghost would like to come chat. How do you feel the players did?
With this game, it's kind of amazing everyone got to level 2.
Everyone did, yeah. Like, that is honestly really shocking. Well, here we go, Polterghost. Congratulations, you took the victory.
I don't know how. That was rough. My years of training and I Want to Be the Guy didn't prepare me for this.
Oh no. Wait, you would put this as more difficult than I Want to Be the Guy?
Well, you see, I Want to Be the Guy, at least when they throw gotcha traps at you, it's funny. In this game, it's just depressing. It's like, oh no, you lost your 6 lives. Time to go back to the start, doofus.
Yeah, it's like, I Want to Be the Guy. It's overly brutal, but at the same time, the number of checkpoints all throughout, like, makes it a little bit more doable. I was talking about other games that kind of have this level of difficulty. 1001 Spikes also has that, but again, you have a checkpoint every single level, and it's just 1 screen per level. Yeah, they're... Welcome to old video games where, like, they had some good ideas about overly difficult things, but just because of the way that they designed it, it made it was too hard.
Yeah, the problem is it's an era where lives were a big thing. So, you know, you got to give the players limited chances, and it just doesn't feel right with a game of this kind of difficulty.
Yeah, I would agree. Not only that, Polterghost, but while there is a level select, in order to get to the 5th level, you have to beat all of the other 4 on a single set of lives.
My lord, I mean, what do you have to do? Take notes on each screen to figure out what to do? Because
basically, yeah. You have to play it a lot.
Like, I ended up skipping some power-ups because it wasn't worth the extra time going off the path to risk killing myself in the process.
Yeah, I know. I saw McCyborg do that on this last set of lives. Managed to go and get just get an item, and then fell down where it looked like the game wanted you to go. Spikes popped out of the wall, instantly dead. There was no way to know those were there. It's just you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely not what I was expecting from level 2. I mean, level 1 had, I think, one whole gotcha where you press the button and shoot yourself, which is funny, but man,
Well,
they
I mean, there is the block that you bomb, and then it sends the block flying directly at you. Pretty much everybody dies the first time they do that. Because why would the block fly in that direction? It makes no sense.
yeah, I mean, the rest of them disintegrated.
Yeah, they did. I don't
Like, I guess I should have taken a hint by the platform above me, but man, I don't know. I gave the game benefit of the doubt for just that brief moment in time.
Yeah, I do like Meggles in chat is saying that this game hurt. It's very much an Amiga game. Meggles, you did fantastic. I'm not sure if you took second or third. I feel like you took one of those. But this might be one that we go back and review VODs to see where everybody got. The good thing is that nobody is eliminated due to this game, but it is still very brutal despite basically having no randomness. It still is super cruel. With that
Yeah,
said,
it seems like a cool speedrun game, but you know,
I think it could be a cool speedrun game. Considering though that like you will end up like not showing off most of the traps and avoiding them, it might not. It would probably be more interesting to the runners than to somebody seeing it for the first time. I gotta be honest.
you
Just
don't
like
see the 40 spikes that would otherwise kill you.
yeah, that's like with Kaizo Mario. All of the blocks that they're avoiding, it's like you gotta move a little weird, and then you don't see any of the murderous stuff that pops out. But yeah, seriously, congratulations. You got to the hover sleds. Nobody else got to the hover sleds, and that looked like it was starting to get a little bit weird.
Yeah, the levels took a turn for the worse at that point. Like, the hover sleds was entirely controlled by up and down. You had to shoot buttons. When have you ever had to shoot buttons before?
Yeah, never.
And there's like so much tight timing and just guessing on what you have to do to not die.
See, shooting buttons doesn't even make sense. In Star Wars, when they shoot buttons, it destroys the button so that people can't enter or leave. Come on. That's how it works. It doesn't open stuff. Ugh. Okay.
Yeah, only Samus has that power.
Only Samus, yeah. Well, thank you everybody for coming and joining. Thank you, Polterghost, for doing so well. Thank you to all the players today, whether you won or took fourth. You did fantastic, and we have had an amazing time. For now, though, I think we're going to go raid GDQ. They are currently having Flame Fatales. There's a Celeste run going on here, and I'm not sure what category they're running. All cassettes. Well, yeah. So this is hard. Let's raid and... Do we have a good raid message, everybody?
Wow, you lose.
Wow, you lose. Yeah, let's go ahead. As a clarification, that is not an insult. They can appreciate it. I'm sure. Like, right? Yeah, they'll know it's a raid. Yeah, well, you lose. Okay, and if GDQ yells at me... Oh, we could use Bravo, you win.
Oh, that's a strong one.
That's a better one. That'll be more positive. You win. Yeah, like having somebody playing Celeste and then we raid saying, wow, you lose. I don't think that's the most polite thing. Let's do Bravo, you win, okay? Bravo, you win. Be positive. Go tell them that Bravo, they win. It's from the same game. Well, everybody, we have 4 matches tomorrow. I will see you then. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you, Donkey Klonk, and thank you, Polterghost.
Yeah, so long, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.